Good morning. Good morning to all. I am Alice Agogino and honored to serve as faculty marshal for today's ceremonies. Thank you all for joining us here today to honor and celebrate our graduates. If you have family and friends who couldn't join you today, we are being webcast, and you can tell them to join us at engineering.berkeley.edu/BE for Berkeley Engineer, Grad 16. To everyone who has joined in, welcome to our ceremony. To begin the ceremony, I'd like to invite the UC Women's Chorale to the stage, and please stand as the UC Women's Chorale sings the national anthem. Excellent. Please be seated. Welcome to the 147th annual commencement of Berkeley's College of Engineering. We have more than 600 baccalaureate graduates with us here today, considerably more than the 12 students in UC's first graduating class in 1873. Out of respect for our graduates, we ask everyone to stay for the whole program. Now please join me in welcoming Shankar Sastry, Dean of the College of Engineering.
Good morning. This is my favorite day of the entire year. I know I speak for all my faculty colleagues in saying how privileged we feel to have played a role in preparing you for this day. We've asked a lot of you, and you have stood up to the task. We are proud to send you off into the world as graduates of the world's best engineering school. This day belongs to our graduates. It also belongs to the families who are with us here today. And we congratulate you for supporting the success of our students. You have contributed a lot: money, care packages, and most of all, your love and encouragement. Thank you. Before we continue, I'd like to take a moment to honor the memory of a dear colleague, David Dornfeld, who we lost this March to a sudden heart attack. Dave was 66 years old and at the peak of his career as a teacher, researcher, and leader. Dave was serving as faculty director of our new Jacobs Institute of Design Innovation and previously was chair of mechanical engineering, which he had served since 1977. Dave would describe himself as just a manufacturing guy, but behind his humility was a world-class reputation as a champion for sustainable manufacturing. We remember him as down-to-earth and funny, a tremendous mentor to generations of students, and a trusted and generous colleague. Please join me in a moment of silence in Dave's honor. Thank you. If Dave Dornfeld was here, I know he'd join me and all my faculty colleagues in giving the class of 2016 one last assignment. As you head off to careers or further education, we ask you to answer the call of the citizen engineer. Use your engineering talents to create better living conditions, greater prosperity, and a healthier planet for all. Wherever you go, remember that you will always be a Berkeley engineer. Take your responsibilities seriously, stay in touch, and go Bears! I'm now pleased to introduce a member of the graduating class who has been given the honor of speaking on behalf of the class of 2016. Allison Wong graduates today with a Bachelor of Science degree in bioengineering. Let me tell you a bit about her. Allison Wong was born and raised in Arizona. She came to Cal curious about all sorts of things, and she made the most of her time here. She majored in bioengineering with a strong interest in computational biology. She's been active in our pre-engineering program called PrEP, Women in Science and Engineering, WISE, the Tau Beta Pi Engineering Honor Society, and Setha Health, which educates students about health. She's also been involved in the Bay Area Urban Debate League, rowing, and dance. Allison's been a tutor for PrEP, as well as at our Center for Access to Engineering Excellence, and she has created research in statistics and bioengineering. Please join me in welcoming Allison.
Good morning, friends, family, faculty, and guests. I am honored to stand with you all today in welcoming the graduating class of 2016. Today, we are forced to try to answer the question the Engineering Student Council is always trying to get us to answer. What does it mean to you to be a Berkeley engineer? 4 years ago, I never would have thought that I would be entering a university where I knew no one and graduating alongside my best friends. I never would have thought that I would be leaving a campus that I had never stepped foot on, but walking to an apartment every day that I now call home. 4 years ago, I never thought about how hard it would be to leave the people and the campus of Cal. In my years here, I have experienced loss, failure, and been faced with some harsh realities that I was once blind to. But I believe that the only reason that I walk out unscathed and that I stand before you all with a wide smile on my face is because of the people and the inspiration of this city. We have all had a lot of firsts here. It was here that I got my first job, lost my first loved one, got my first B, got my first C, fell in love, lived on my own, and learned what it meant to be a Berkeley engineer. On any given day within a few square miles, we can see a professor in her lab in Stanley who worked day and night to help hone a new way to precisely edit the human genome and redefined what the field of bioengineering thought was possible. But we can also see the perseverance of a man among many on the corners of Shattuck who try to sell newspapers for a living, some with stories that would redefine what any human thought was possible. We can see the commitment of the professors and TAs in Soda who are trying to help us get that dreadful last point from the auto grader. But we also feel the commitment of the protesters on Sproul who will go down swinging for what they believe is right. We can see the passion in the 3D printing groups in hackerspaces all around campus, the passion in our competitive engineering teams like Concrete Canoe and CalSoul. But we can also see the passions in the dancers outside Haas Pavilion and the cultural and religious groups that will chase us down to get rid of a flyer. And now, 4 years later, we can see the humility that we have learned in our time here at Cal. The humility to remember our privilege in studying amongst the brightest minds, now armed with the capacity to make impactful changes to the world around us. When we leave here today, some of us will go on to graduate school. Some may take a few years off exploring what they love. Some will go on to industry, and some will travel. But despite us all going in different directions, I hope that we will all remember the community that we have been immersed in for the last 4 years. A community made up of some of the most and least educated people in the world. Some of the most open and closed-minded people we may ever meet. Some of the most caring and inspirational individuals in the forms of every walk of life. And a community made up of some of the most brightest and most passionate future engineers. I have no fear that in whatever we pursue, we will excel. But we should never stop working hard for what we want. When we leave here today, we will all have to pay our dues all over again. Let us be confident, but never arrogant. Let us live happily and fully, but never lose ambition. Let us remember where we come from, but always know where we are going. Let us today remember to thank the people who have supported us to get to where we are. I personally would like to thank my mom and my dad, my cousins, aunts, and uncles for making the trek over. Thank you for showing me constant love and support in everything that I do, and thank you for always believing in me. And so, I think I am finally ready to answer the Engineering Student Council's question. Being a Berkeley engineer is understanding the disparity in the world around us, but seeing the strengths of people of all levels. It is seeing room for improvement wherever we may travel and taking definitive action. It is making cutting-edge discoveries that will ease the lives of millions around the world. It is leaving a mark wherever we may go. Today, I am proud to call myself a Berkeley engineer. I am proud to have spent the last 4 years at the top public university in the nation. And finally, I am proud to join you all in congratulating the graduating class of 2016. Go Bears!
Thank you, Allison. We are, of course, very proud of you, too. I'm simply delighted now to introduce Jill Ruby, who will deliver today's commencement address. Jill Ruby is the director of Sandia National Labs, a national research enterprise focused on national security. She's also president of Sandia Corporation, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of Lockheed Martin, which operates Sandia for the U.S. Department of Energy's National Nuclear Security Administration. Jill is the first woman to lead one of 3 NNSA laboratories. Sandia operates out of 2 principal locations, one in New Mexico and another one here in nearby Livermore. Jill is a proud Berkeley alumna. She earned her master's degree in mechanical engineering in 1982. She joined Sandia at the California location shortly thereafter, first conducting research in thermal and fluid sciences, solar energy, and nuclear weapon components. During her career, she has also been engaged in nanoscience research, hydrogen storage, mechanical component design, thermal analysis, and microfluidics. She earned her first management appointment in 1989 and held technical leadership positions in a number of different areas. She served as senior manager in organizations responsible for weapons components, microtechnology, and materials processing. In 2005, she became director of Sandia's Homeland Security and Defense Systems Center. In 2010, Jill moved to Sandia's New Mexico location to become VP of Energy, Non-Proliferation, and High Consequence Security Division. Her teams handled such issues as non-proliferation and arms control, safeguarding nuclear weapons and nuclear materials, protecting critical U.S. government assets, ensuring the resilience of physical and cyber infrastructures, and reducing the risks of terrorist threats and catastrophic events. Jill completed her undergraduate studies at Purdue. She has written numerous publications, holds 3 patents in microfab, and won an R&D award in solid-state radiation detection. She serves on numerous advisory committees for DoD and the National Academies of Science. Please join me in welcoming Jill Ruby as she delivers the 2016 commencement address.
Dean Sastry, Allison, distinguished faculty, honored guests, members of the engineering class of 2016, families and friends, good morning to all of you. It's such a pleasure to be back in the Greek Theater and on the UC Berkeley campus. When I was in mechanical engineering at Berkeley, the Greek Theater was the place where we would come to see the Grateful Dead. It's a Berkeley tradition some of you might know about. Anyway, thank goodness times change. Let me just take a minute more to address the guests before I turn my attention to the graduates. I want to thank all of you for the support you have provided this impressive group of women and men, our next generation of engineers. Each of you, in your own way, has done something special. That's why you're here today, and you deserve to relish this moment. And to the parents, being a parent myself, I know you're breathing a big sigh of relief right now, and you should. But like me, I expect you can't wait to support your graduate in the next phase of their lives. A hearty congratulations to all of you. Graduates, please thank the people who've helped you achieve your success and your engineering degree as often as possible all day long. They are proud of you. I am proud of you. Congratulations. Okay, this is a commencement. It celebrates past accomplishments, and above all, it signals a new beginning, or as engineers might say, a launch. You have been taught engineering at one of the world's premier educational institutions and one of the highest-ranked engineering schools. You have the tools you need to be an engineer and turn ideas and dreams into reality. Wow, what a gift you've earned. I know it hasn't been easy, but you've made it. So what advice do I have for you as someone who's had, by all accounts, a successful engineering career? Let me level with you. Day-to-day engineering is for the detail-oriented person, for the perfectionist, for the person who works tirelessly to find a solution to a real-world problem. It is sometimes hard for others to understand that engineers like this kind of detail, this kind of search. Yet we engineers are not mere doers. While searching for a solution relentlessly, we see something bigger. We see a chance for human progress. It's been said a scientist can discover a new star, but he cannot make one. He would need to ask an engineer to do it for him. We are builders. We are optimists. We don't give up easily. A good engineer will keep looking for the solution beyond what seems reasonable. And I urge you, once you've found the answer, simplify it as much as possible. A good engineer makes a design that works with as few ideas as possible. This is hard to do, and it can be frustrating. But creating a world that has never been is hard. It is not simple or effortless. This is your new profession. Well, is it a profession or is it a passion? Like you, I have heard all my life, find your passion. I guess for some people this happens and is clearly recognized. But for me, as a patient and practical engineer, I just enjoyed my job. But over time, I came to realize what I was doing mattered to the world. I was curious and inquisitive. I was focused and worked out details. I worked with incredibly smart, capable, and dedicated colleagues that shared my interests. And over more time, I was able to listen to government decision makers and think of ideas that would address the nation's needs. And with even more time, I was able to convince people of what was important for the future. I then realized I had found my passion. It was public service as an engineer, making the world a better and safer place for humanity. For me, passion snuck up on me. My passion found me. I urge you to make sure you enjoy what you do. And remember, on average, no one has only good days. But when you think back on the last year or two, what you've done during that time should be meaningful in some way larger than you. If you do this, you'll find your passion or it will find you. Some of you will have a fulfilling career as an engineer, getting better and better with each project. Others will use your engineering degree as a starting point for medicine or finance banking or even working at our national parks. This is one of the wonderful things about an engineering degree. It's useful as a starting point for nearly everything you want to do because it teaches you how things work. It teaches you how to design and create an evolving world. Engineers are behind the planes that fly, the robots destined for the operating room, and the ideas for a green economy. Engineers are our hope to live in a changing climate and to rethink our transportation systems. And yes, I do hold on to the dream of flying cars. And some of you, like me, will become leaders of engineers. You will choose to inspire others to create and build. You will choose to convince the world that what you propose can be done. I believe engineers are the best leaders of engineers. At Sandia, the laboratory I lead, science and engineering are the highest calling. Doing leading ed science and engineering makes us a great lab. And we have the leadership who believes in what we do and in who we are, and it celebrates engineering. At a cocktail party once, a teacher friend of mine told me that it's difficult for her to understand engineering because in her profession, being a good person is the foundation for being a good teacher. But in engineering or science, she said, the same's not true. For over 30 years, I've struggled with this comment. Clearly, to be a good engineer, you must have real intellect. Engineers' minds work constantly to seek understanding in order to find answers. I've learned a lot about finding answers, and through this process, I've reached some principles for life, which I want to share with you. And by the way, while going through this process, I did find the answer to the cocktail party dilemma. First, be humble. It is much easier to find answers if you don't let your ego get in the way. Besides, to be a good engineer, you need to use and integrate other people's ideas on a regular basis. Pay attention to the world around you and realize there's always more to learn. Second, have high integrity. Some engineering mistakes cannot be tolerated. They would cost lives. You must be honest and thorough in what you do. You must learn to question things that don't seem right. You must collect and use accurate data and good judgment. Your integrity is your calling card as an engineer. Third, embrace differences. Engineers are not all the same, and they need input from other engineers, scientists, business professionals, lawyers, policymakers, and more. Engineering is a contact sport. Be touched, sometimes even transformed by different points of view. Purposely seek opposing views. Purposely choose to surround yourself with people who do not have the same background and who do not go through the same thought processes. And finally, and most importantly, while it might not be a requirement for a good engineer, be a good person. Think good thoughts. Do thoughtful acts. I share the thoughts of Condoleezza Rice when she said, in every decent society, whether here or abroad, we should seek not to offend, but we will help our cause if we also resolve to be slow in taking offense. It is a great act of kindness to give someone else the benefit of the doubt. The world needs good engineers. It needs you. Be humble, have high integrity, embrace differences, and be slow to take offense. I can't wait to see what you will do to make our world a better place. Once again, congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Joe. Many members of the class of 2016 have been involved in projects supporting the college. To show their pride in Berkeley, the seniors have given a class gift to the college to benefit their successors for the years to come. The class of 2016 Senior Gift Committee is here on stage to present their gift on behalf of the entire graduating class. We've invited Committee Chair Anita Chung to say a few words.
Dean Sastry, on behalf of the Berkeley Engineering Senior Class of 2016, we are honored to present this check for $45,401 to the College of Engineering. In total, 316 of our classmates donated to our campaign. In addition to thanking these generous seniors, I would also like to thank generous alumni of College of Engineering, Bob Sanderson, for inspiring us to give and increase the impact of our contributions. As we transition to the workforce and further education, we will always remember that these achievements, and many more to come, began with our Berkeley engineering education. From the invaluable knowledge sitting in our brains to the cherished friends sitting beside us, we will take many elements of the Berkeley community with us to make a difference in the world. So please, consider this check an expression of our gratitude for all that Berkeley Engineering has done for us, as well as an expression of our commitment to its continuing excellence. Thank you, Dean Sastry, and all of our incredible faculty and staff members for a remarkable 4 years. Best of luck to the Berkeley engineers following in our footsteps. Let's go make a difference, and go Bears.
The rest of your committee up for a picture. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2016 for raising our annual senior gift program to a new level. I understand that our seniors engaged in some friendly competition this year to see which department could reach the highest participation rate. We totaled up the numbers just yesterday. The winning department, with 44% of its seniors giving to the campaign, is IEOR. May I request Department Chair Phil Kaminsky to step up to the lectern.
Thank you. On behalf of the department, thank you very much.
Thank you, Phil. Great going, IUR. I'd now like to recognize some remarkable members of the class of 2016. Seated here on stage are some of this year's recipients of the Departmental Citation and related awards that recognize the highest level of achievement in the major. Please stand as I introduce you and remain standing for a collective round of applause. Lucy Hu, Bioengineering. Ananda Gray Stewart, Civil and Environmental Engineering. Jessica Vijaya, Industrial Engineering and Operations Research. Chan Zhang, Material Science and Engineering. Kevin Corner, Mechanical Engineering. Tai Bao Fan, Electrical Engineering and Computer Sciences. Please join me in congratulating our students on this high achievement. I'd now like to recognize the collective accomplishments of the class of 2016. Each one of you is an exemplar of the Berkeley Engineering mission: to educate leaders, to create knowledge, and to serve society. In your studies, you've pursued excellence of the highest order. Many of you have volunteered as mentors to students in K-12 schools. In labs and in the field, you've joined faculty and graduate students to discover new solutions and create innovative technologies. And you've helped to build a stronger college community and a better world by taking on leadership roles in many student organizations, competition teams, professional societies, and service programs. I invite the entire class to stand while our family and friends join me in applauding this outstanding cohort of Berkeley engineers, the class of 2016. And now I'm going to turn the tables on our graduates. Please remain standing while I take a moment to recognize the family and friends who have walked with you on your journey. Their emotional and financial support has helped make your education possible. I invite you to express your appreciation to your loved ones by giving a hearty cheer to all of your families and friends who are here with you today. Please be seated.
Please be seated. Today is a special day, and delighted that many of you are taking photographs. Hope to see them on Twitter and Facebook in a few minutes. But do keep the aisles clear for safety and to respect consideration of those that are seated. Commencement is a proud day for graduates and their families. It's also a proud moment for the University of California. The degrees conferred by the university attest to the highest scholastic achievement of our students and the primary mission of the university. Today's ceremony recognizes engineers who've earned the degrees of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelors of Science. I now invite Dean Shankar Sastry to grant the baccalaureate degrees.
Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts please rise? In my authority as Dean of the College of Engineering at the University of California, Berkeley, I grant you the degree Bachelor of Arts. Please be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science please rise? In my authority as Dean of the College of Engineering at the University of California, Berkeley, I grant you the degree Bachelor of Science. I now invite everyone to move the tassel on your cap from the right side to the left. This venerable tradition signifies your new status as a college graduate. Congratulations. Please be seated.
Certificates will be presented by Dean Shankar Sastry, assisted by Executive Associate Dean Per Peterson. We begin with the candidates from the Department of Bioengineering.
All right, are we ready? My congratulations to the graduates in the Department of Bioengineering. Dean Sastry, the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science from the Department of Bioengineering are Anna Gerashenko, Alexander Runke, Amanda Vu, Jessica Shue, Kartiga Selvaganasan, Anita Chung, Lucy Hu, Jifang Zhou, Cheng Li, Mandy Li, Ori Hoja, Allison Vuong, Kevin Zhang, Joshua Nowak, Eric Wang, Michael Mangino, Kiwan Park, Jonathan Wang, Arjun Mukundan, Caleb Kim, Venkata Parachuri, Alexander Najibi, Nishith Reddy, Tantra Tran, Dat Nguyen, Tanner Dagdalen, Neha Kumar, Prashuna Rajan, Ashutosh Shrestha, Albert Liu, Amy Chiang, Meghana Ravikumar, Emily Gilden, Zane Liu, Bill Cow, Mindy Bishop, Arnav Dugar, Calvin Chen, Kevin Wu, Tomer Rotstein, Zachary Zalesnik, Shabnan Boyadi, Charles Zhang, Carol Lee, Amanda Hack, Amy Leiden. Taylor Lee. Lulu Lee. Prach Bagdasarian. Mehmet Kanburdu. Joshua Nixon. Arun Pengali. Adit Kotari. Lars Gustafsson. Charlie Kui. Hali Honma. Yun Kung Gong. And Li Yin Chen. Let's give a big round of applause to all of the bioengineering graduates.
Dean Sastry, the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science from the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering are Isaac Williams, Haley Proctor, Austin Ochoa, Natalie Chiba, Isabel Hemerly Villegas de Lima, Ananda Grace Stewart, winner of the department citation, Lillian Fan, Anshu Mascara, Harshita Pila, Jordan Gillis, Katie Zhang, Alyssa Herperger, Justine Zenny, Loanne Kim Pham, Michael Lockwood, Saif Abdul Ghaffar, David Suud, Matthew Esker, Spencer Wright, Anthony Salguero, Sean Lee, David Lee, Chevy Peterson, Kushal Khurshid, Andy Biggs, Renee Yang, Christine Vandevoorde, Lillian Cabell, Jessica Kam, Hang Chin, Mingkin Si, Chi-Li Liu, Ip-Chun Chan, V. Ding, Gregory Shatanian, Sherry Liang, Lydia Yu, Luis Mendez, Nazik Aichanova. Congratulations to all of our graduates.
Dean Sastry, the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Engineering Science are Kunal Marwaka, Cariel Spengberg, the recipient of the department citation, Caitlin Harriet, Tungtung Wangam, Jianling Wang, Henry Shang, Hong Trung, Hong Nam Trung, James McKay, Sean Halton, Ryan Min, Max Morrison, Lauren Bogue, Ida Eisen, Alison Wong, Lucas Lofado, Donan Alun, Eric Sorensen, Daniel Angel, Patrick Murray, Miles Rush. Let's give them a big applause.
Dean Sastry, the candidates for the degrees Bachelor of Science from the Department of Industrial Engineering and Operations Research or Bachelor of Arts in Operations Research and Management Science are Jessica Wijaya, recipient of the departmental citation. Nanavati Lowe. Riley Murray. Courtney Chow. Kunal Shalia. Albert Chandra. Sarisha Varigonda. Sasha Patel. Olivero Figas. Raymond Rudianto. Jerome Rufin. Ryan Corley. Thomas Beck. Dylan Randall. Katie Mack. Chuchen Nancy Huan. Yuelin Chi. Yikin Yang. Lee Gu. Mehran Navabi. Aziz Masalimov. Rajit Kinra. Bowen Ni. Hiromichi Yamamoto. Bert Chen. Jonathan Sumarto. Calvin Gazzoli. Catherine Cristabel Darmawan. Alejandro Castillo. Yilang Fan. Jinzhou Li. Kevin Lee. Tiffany Subiantoro. Andrea Kwan. Linan Zheng, recipient of the Operations Research and Management Science Outstanding Student Award. Anirudh Kilombi. Cynthia Wu. Michelle Gleit. Elle Wan. Congratulations to all of our graduates.
Dean Sastry, the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science from the Department of Materials Science and Engineering are Chen Zhang, recipient of the departmental citation. Emily Chu. Chien Yu Jacqueline Ko. Grace Vasignanan. Ethan Sprague. Arjun Kaul. Kenneth Wu. Roger Lee. Jace Marshall. John Daladian. Sarubi Madhvaputhi. Everest Shi. Sanul Rangnekar. Apurtha Pradhan. Taegyeon Park. Emi Okada. Nathan Shashua. Jenny Yang. Ian Lin. Congratulations to the Material Science and Engineering Bachelor of Science recipients.
Dean Sastry, the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering are Kevin Corner, the winner of the citation, John Norton, Christy Jarman, Alexander Miller, Alexander Max, Grace Alexander, Justin Wang, Turner Anderson, Leslie Girard, Albert Lai, Ellis Christian Lim, Nicole Rahal, Kelly Morrison, Lavanja Jawaharlal, Kevin Chen, Arvi Arvind, Pranav Gopal, Manjap Singh, Ying Cheng, Derek Toggle, Byron Ho, Minghao Zhu, Michael Chen, Hee-Yong Kwong, Amir Safai, Pai-Yan Chung, Yung-Li Ling, Erwin Sutiono, Joseph Murok, Nicolas Senyuva, Tiang Cheng, Justin Morris, Matthew Tall, Arnand Sharma, Ricardo Maldonado, Yujoao Lin, Torfan Garamani Sanan, Nguyen Ding, Mina Abid, Tesh Modi, Eric Nordam, Piyush Prakash, Christine Hannon, Eric Mika, Joel Loesa, Faisal Al-Shakir, Kevin Crochane, Jackson Hendershot, Michael Hertz, Brian Lau, Emil Anevelik, Shoshian Wu, Ho Cheng Song, Mason McGee, Steven Frianesa, Peyton Wakimoto, Yangbing Lee, Kevin Lin, Amelia Im, Xiangxing Zhang, Suyang Wang, Travis Bookman, Jessica Nunez, Richard House, Scott Hallock, Kenneth Huang, Stephen Van Leeuwen, Daniel Farban, Benjamin van der Heinden, Austin Chen, Ricky Chiang, Justin Lee, Jeffrey Kurohara, Matthew Ha, Joseph Capuz, Anastasia Schuler, Huiyan Huang, Shayan Ahmad Abdullah, Jonathan Shum, Shang Zhao, Brian Thov, Alec Goldborn, Milad Ravasi, Lucas Scheurer, Raymond Ennis, Parsa Muhammad, Jeremy Hall, Christopher Heritage, Wesley Wang, V. Nguyen, Wendy Wang, Naomi Kipraya, Claire Dolke, Yara Najid, Mandy Chen, Amerita Srinivasa, Sofia Arevalo, Alice Cho, Alexander Osborne, Anthony Belly Jr., Daniel Wicks, Stephen Roth, Chi Lee, Jenali Custodio, Ryan Liu, Jessica Sun, Alan Zhang, Akshay Belur, Matthew Zhang, Jimmy Huang, Yipu Zhang, Yongjae U, Jack Ho, Jihong To, Haiyun Gu, Jambu Zhao, Isaac Lee, Jing Kang, Namyu Kil, Chaitanya Misha, Leo Brosolet, Chasen Sherman, Lane Fuller, David Kuban, Kevin Dunigan, Chen Liu Lu, Christopher Bartolet, Tony Abdo, Chen Hao Huan, Elton Shang, Jitiang Xiao, John Sim, Matthew Pang, Sean Kelly, Aditya Desai, Isaac Finger, Robert Walling, Michael Robinson. Congratulations to all mechanical engineering graduates.
Where am I? Dean Sastry, the candidates for Bachelor's of Science from Nuclear Engineering 2016. Rachel Connick, winner of the departmental citation. Kyle Leverett. Garrett Baltz. Jessica Roach. Luis Morales. Shreya Srinivasan. Gabriel Kaufman. Eduardo Zagal. Uday Mehta. Let's give a big round of applause to our nuclear engineering graduates this year.
Dean Sastry, the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science from the Department of Electrical Engineering and Computer Sciences are Taibao Fan, recipient of the departmental citation.
Alexandrina Stoyanova.
Leslie Chang.
Sammy Sidhu.
Vashishti Madhuvan.
Sean Singh.
Claudia Wong.
Natsumi Otagoro.
Sean Bartlett.
Itai Ruveni.
Abhinav Gyani.
Stephen Shan.
Ukil Kutta.
Leho Zhang.
Ryan Peden.
Dibyo Mahunjar.
Anusha Jain.
Harsh Bhatt.
Shanti Sunmugam.
Arpana Dinakundaran.
Pratyush Mishra.
Krishna Parashar.
Ananth Palaseni.
Tu Fang Lu.
Sean Schofield.
Young Kim.
Eric Wu.
Chaaithunya Unluru.
Kevin Chang.
Larry Shou.
Calvin Chang.
Kevin Ho.
David Liu.
Saimua Wo.
Zhang An.
Austin Kim.
Zachary Green.
Donnie Reynolds.
Bill Tao.
Calvin Lee.
Andy Lau.
Sujin Han.
Benjamin Mendler.
Samuel Paul.
Jeremiah Harris.
Min Kwan Nguyen.
Felix Liu.
Michael Shou.
Xiaoshan Wang.
Gary Choi.
Frank Jiang.
Joshua Wu.
Daniel Shu.
Paul Bremson.
Chang In Hyun.
Theodorus Budiantu.
Davina Bodijono.
Aldo Hudawajajawa.
Shizao Deng.
Kai Yu Lee.
Cecilia Astrid Maharani.
Christophoros Widodo.
Joshua Chayadi.
Doyani Shis Hanobrata.
Ajaya Kotra.
Ritik Malhotra.
Roger Chen.
Trisha Fu.
Wesley Wu.
Sammy Hajal.
Vishal Kaya Nasurandaram.
Surya Halim.
Christian Dennis.
Fendi Soji Yono.
Hendo Lim.
Sayanth Sinaraja.
Brendan Smith.
Alex Trionia.
Stephen Andrew Buccini.
Nicolas Moscopoulos.
Skylar Brannon.
Kunal Roy.
Asap Solanki.
Ashkan Kioni.
Brett Rapanati, sorry.
Stephen Yu.
Evan Ye.
Alec Murray.
Zihao Zhang.
Jack Lee.
Eric Shen.
Matthew Deng.
Andre King.
Albert Yu.
Brian Sang.
Jade Hua.
Scott Lee.
Chang Liang.
Victor Sutarja.
Kathy Liang.
Jason Chu.
Alexander Komko.
Jonathan Lai.
Gilbert Gang.
Diego Kiner.
Peter Ahrens.
Connor Brooks.
Ted Shao.
Mukund Chilakanti.
Srinivas Sivan Kumar.
Harish Shankar.
Dante Natoli.
Justin Patel.
Lucena Oganasiun.
Pete Ye.
Michael Wu.
Jisoo Kim.
Alexander Ma.
Harrison Wang.
Luff Taus.
Johnny Du.
Edward Wang.
George Lee.
Yu Chun Lin.
Rohit Swami.
Sucharva Chahal.
Shumed Bhattacharya.
Blake Schmidt.
Laith Alkasi.
Manish Raghavan.
Parus Unakat.
Lawrence Cheung.
Michael Ling.
Nicholas Sun.
David Nee.
Anusha Ramakuri.
Jack Chow.
Payman Payon Mi.
Jiwei Jin.
Pierce Afline.
Brant Sheets.
Max Wolf.
Rishi Kapadia.
Jimin Yoon.
Amir Rutsari.
Andrew Sung.
Brian Park.
Mabal Muhumda Shalem.
Kamran Siddiqui.
Imran Yosef.
Casey Getz.
Sean Han.
Kirill Perozenko.
Brendan Prieto.
Chaz Chamberlain.
Daniel Liu.
Jesse Chow.
Samuel Cho.
Samuel Kim.
Evan Yao.
Donald Chen.
Charles Park.
Wesley Su.
Serena Liu.
Godwin Law.
Kevin Casey.
Chris Su.
Edward Lai.
William Huang.
Jeffrey Zhang.
Nolan Lum.
Yu Ting To.
Ilakia Palanisamy.
Pyrul Singh.
Vincent Wang.
John Choi.
Bruce Zhang.
Andrew Liu.
Jinsu Choi.
Alan Yao.
Kenny Zhang.
Eric O.
Matthew Kozak.
Niraj Baid.
Singkun Wang.
Wenkang Zhang.
Quinn Romanek.
Ollie Pang.
Nikhil Narayan.
Sean Liu.
James Lamb.
Anya Hariyoshi.
Austin Satterley.
Jay Reddy.
Akshay Ramchandran.
Ace Hadri.
Yifan Hung.
Calvin Yao.
Stephen Karras.
Juan Pizon.
Xinghua Do.
Joseph Hui.
Wiyu Yu.
Chening Zhang.
Huini Shu.
Yiran Ro.
Hangpeng Zhao.
Chenshan Hu.
Gautam Gunjala.
Nathan Shundroz.
Kevin Cow.
Anath Subramanian.
John Okahata.
Dylan Chung Wong.
Stephanie Jijev.
Sophie Pham.
Ashley Collins.
Austin Shu.
Hua Hong Dai.
Hong Kit Wong.
Jerry Chang.
Joseph Chiang.
Chanukan Vorasuka.
Elaine Zhao.
Elizabeth Stella Walla.
Jennifer Shi.
Leo Kwan.
Varun Naik.
Terrence Cho.
James Wei.
Imran Mahmood.
Nathan Strickland.
Alexander Guy.
William Ho.
David Adams.
Robert O.
Kyle Zentner.
Nathaniel Asseron.
Alexander Osborne.
Sagar Patel.
Casey Duckering.
Emily Lutz.
Brian Ho.
Shreyas Chand.
Sichi Lin.
Kai Si.
Michael Chen.
Eldon Shoup.
Leo Kolobong.
Jimmy Lee.
William Ton.
Lucas Karahadrian.
Wesley Shea.
Susie Zhang.
Lingxuan Meng.
David Wang.
Mike Chen.
Chi-Yun Ma.
Henry Gan.
Shreyas Gupta.
Manohar Joyce.
Bill Ye.
Asha Anushe.
Romy Fute.
Jonathan Bay.
Miketo Krutchenko.
Z Lim.
Chenming Lin.
Chinyu Sheng.
Sunny Lee. And congratulations to all of our graduates of ECS.
Congratulations to our class of 2016. You are now forever Berkeley engineers and alumni of the finest public university in the nation and the top engineering school in the world. In the words of our commencement speaker, Jill Ruby, be confident yet humble. Thank you. As you embark on your career and continue your journey in education and engineering, remember fondly your years here at Berkeley. Come back and share your experiences. Pass on your knowledge to the next generation of students and to faculty. We love to hear from you. Stay connected and be active alumni. And if you need some help on how to do that, the back of your program has some contacts for you. This concludes our commencement ceremony. You are invited to the receptions of the departments of the College of Engineering, the locations of which are located on page 2 and 3 of that program. Best wishes and congratulations to the graduates in engineering of 2016. Go Berkeley! And see you at the reception.